stay off the docks. Don't.
You all right? Use ice packs on your stomach. Ice relieves the pain.
What did you do to them?
They did it to themselves.
Who are you?
Lee Chong. May it be well with you.
Out, friend. Company rules. No easy riders. Thanks, buddy.
Be home in bed, or at least in fractions.
It's our first break, Duke.
Well, I guess if you happen to enjoy being pounded on, okay, it's our first break.
All we got so far is bits and pieces that almost add up. We need one good solid link to nail our.
You think all we have to do is connect Arvin with that goon who went after you last night, and it's a wrap-up, huh? How do you know Arvin sent him?
Well, he's our man, all right. All we have to do is keep crowding him.
Is this...
Yeah, Lee Chung, Duke Page.
Hello. Looks so mild.
None of these.
Well, that's our whole zoo. Every gorilla we ever busted for leaning on people. Send Jed in with a sketch pad. As the only witness, Mr. Jung, you could inherit some nasty problems. I'm going to assign somebody to keep an eye on you.
Thank you, but I don't think so.
You got any idea what's involved in this whole business?
No.
It's a symptom of a national disease. It's wasteful, it's corrupt. We have the second largest port here in the country, and $1 million worth of goods a month are stolen and hijacked off our docks.
Why don't you arrest the people responsible?
Good question.
Well, everybody points the finger at everybody else, Lee, if they talk at all.
Everybody's innocent or silent or both.
A man named Arvin is our prime suspect right now. He runs a trucking business. But somehow, we just can't seem to connect him directly with any of the hijackings.
Okay, Mr. Young. You gotta look at one of those men. Let's try and describe them now and be as specific as you can. Meantime, Mike, listen to what the man says. Keep off the docks.
Mike, will you please stop using your nose and use your head? Why are you being so stubborn?
Could be I've got a death wish.
Yeah. Well, I can cancel your insurance, you know. You gotta promise to cool it, baby.
I'm getting close. They wouldn't have sent that delegation after me.
Look, Mike, you've gone as far on this one as my conscience will let you go.
So you'll follow through with the police and the dock security people.
Exactly.
While I sit home and what? Supervise, kibitz? Oh, sorry, Duke. That little party last night just whetted my appetite to bring Arvin crashing down.
Admit it. This one needs men with eyes in the back of their heads.
Curious place for your eyes if you intend to go forward.
Ham off and make sure you describe the boys just enough.
Right, Mr. Arvin.
Four kids. I got photos to prove it.
For you.
Yeah? What is it?
$1,000.
Which kid do you want to buy?
I'll ask you to describe us. How will you do that?
How do you want me to do it?
The truth.
Do I have to mention $1,000?
Somehow I don't worry about that part.
Did Lee Chung say why he wouldn't teach me?
The usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness. I'm quoting him.
I think it sounds more like something you'd say, Nikki.
Did the ice help?
Can't help the bruises, but I got frostbite. Lee, I want you to teach me what you did the other night.
I already told Miss Bell I can't.
I'm willing to empty my cup in order to taste your tea.
Your open-mindedness is cool, but it doesn't change anything. I don't believe in system, Mr. Longstreet, nor in method. And without system, without method, what's to teach?
But you had to learn. You weren't born knowing how to take apart three men in a matter of seconds.
True, but I found the cause of my ignorance.
Well, help me find mine.
Mike in? Well, what's going on here?
Who won the Battle of Agincourt?
I think it was the English. Yes, it was the English. Their archers cut down the flower of French nobility, if I remember my history correctly.
Well, how come every time I play Agincourt with Mr. Longstreet, he loses?
Well, if he takes the French side, he'd more or less have to. With all these bowmen you have at your disposal here.
But I'm the French. He's the English. Oh, he's not the same man, Mr. Page. Not since they beat him up. Oh, he may look the same, but not when he thinks nobody's watching. I'm worried about him.
Well, just because he's losing at Agincourt, Mrs. Kingston, doesn't mean he's going to lose at New Orleans.
Kick me in the stomach as hard as you can.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to hurt you.
I'm holding an air shield. Come on.
Drive right through it, won't I?
I'll risk it.
Okay.
Come here. Now, put your hands in here. Now, hold it against your side. Brace yourself. Now, I want you to feel the difference when I put my body behind the kick. When I count to 3, exhale strongly. I'll be kicking you.
Okay.
Can you stand behind me?
Who's there? Who is that?
It's me, baby. Just in time to pick up the pieces.
Oh, ho, ho.
You ready?
Ready.
1, a 2, a 3. Hey, hey!
You all right?
What did I tell you? That guy's fantastic. Pax, quiet down, boy. Quiet. He's a friend. Yes.
Thought to your fist. how much time was lost.
Not much. Yeah, Lee's gonna teach me all this.
I cannot teach you. Only help you to explore yourself, nothing more.
All right, come on, let's explore some more of those kicks, huh? Hey, stick around, Duke, and I can pick up some pointers.
Mike, somebody just hijacked a consignment of pharmaceuticals, mostly vitamins and aspirin, $100,000 worth.
Why, somebody sure must have
Big
a
headache, I know.
From which pier?
6. What's his name again?
Lee Chung.
Lee.
Yeah.
Sergeant Corey has a sketch for you to look at. It isn't anything you'd want to hang in your shop, but whenever you can tear yourself away.
All right.
Okay, Mike, enjoy yourself.
Okay, thanks.
Nikki, would you walk me out, please?
Sure.
Excuse me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Yes, operator, I'd like to make a person-to-person call, Mr. Mel Hanson, St. Paul. Would you call me back?
What's gotten into him?
These lessons?
Mm-hmm. He wouldn't be knocking himself out like this unless he had something specific in mind.
What he has in mind is not feeling so helpless the next time somebody starts working him over.
There must be another way to make a living.
Not for him. He's only trying to prove to himself that he can cope.
I only hope he doesn't kill himself trying.
Yes.
Sure? Okay.
May I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What happens now?
Machinery closes in. We start living in his shoes. He goes somewhere, we go. Only he doesn't know that if we're good.
I think you are.
So do we.
Too rigid. Now listen to the beat and listen to my movement, okay? And now relate to me now. Move. No. Don't just move for the sake of moving. Relate to me. Relationship. Now where? Adjust. Now open it up a little bit. Feel the wind blowing. The bird. You hear the bird chirping?
Yes.
Very good. Now, let it flow. Open it up. Cake with it. Yes! Now, how did it feel to you?
Like, I didn't kick, it kicked.
Terrific. Now, once more.
Now, wait a minute, I gotta think.
You think you still do not understand.
Wait, I did it, didn't I?
You think a fight is one blow, one kick, until you can put combinations together without even thinking. Until you learn how to keep moving and to endure. Hire a bodyguard or lead a less aggressive life. Don't charge in blindly. You got to listen. Listen. Now, you don't hear the bird now, do you?
No.
If you don't hear the bird, you cannot hear your opponent. Where am I?
There.
No! Your thoughts are wrong.
Look, I'm trying to learn how to fight, not how to think.
May it be well with you, Mike.
Wait a minute, what are you doing? What are you doing? You quitting?
Still in one piece?
Progressing nicely. I have let him go.
I'm certainly glad to hear that. We're running out of ice cubes around here. But in terms of his learning anything, has he?
His warehouse having burned down. Nothing obscure his view of the bright moon.
I got you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If Joshua had that record at Jericho... Oh, the walls would have tumbled in 7 minutes, not 7 days.
What kind of birds are these?
Where?
Yeah, I gotta learn to differentiate between birds.
Oh. I passed Lee on the way out. He seemed quite pleased.
Why not? He's a sadist.
Well, apparently he thinks you've made some kind of breakthrough.
Ought to keep your front gate locked, Mr. Longstreet.
Hi, Sergeant. Sergeant Corey, Nicky Bell.
Hi.
Hi.
Nicky's my assistant.
Your crumb bag, Mike. Dude named Jim Bolt. No priors. That's why we missed him in the mug file.
Yeah, Lee told me you spotted him. Pier 6?
Uh-huh. Ramrod's a gang of longshoremen.
So he doesn't work for Arvin.
Well, not openly anyway. We're on him around the clock. He so much as goes near Arvin, we'll lock up the connection, I promise you.
But he hasn't, huh?
Not yet. We put a tap on the Pier 6 payphone. He's no dummy.
Oh, maybe he needs to be shook up a little bit.
Shook up.
Motivated.
Go on.
Oh, that's all, just a thought.
Listen, Mike, if you have any bright idea...
I didn't say it was bright.
Nice to have met you.
You were speaking English, weren't you, both of you?
You have a cocktail late at 6, don't you, Nicky?
All right. Mrs. Kingston, you about ready? I'll drop you.
Be right there.
Mike,
I have a date too, Nicky.
with Jim Bolt?
He might be there.
And suppose he is.
I'll buy him a drink.
Watch your purse.
Thank you. I'll just be a minute. The car's right in front.
All right. Night, Mr. Longstreet.
3 feet to your right. Mrs. Kingston moved the mirror this afternoon.
Why?
It offends her sense of spontaneity that everything in this house has to be bolted down.
Well, it bothers me a lot more when I bang my shins.
She thought the mirror was the one safe thing she could move.
I must look pretty weird standing here looking at myself in a painting.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
A memory? What do you see?
Alice in Wonderland.
I dream about you. Do you know that?
I wondered if you did.
You any idea how frustrating it is to dream about somebody you've never seen?
Yes, I do. I'm an expert on limbo and states of suspension. Mike, don't go. It's not very intelligent.
You're right, Nicky. It's more in the visceral department, something from the gut.
Good night, Mike.
Night. Jim Bolt here?
Over here, buddy.
Bolt, they tell me you're a gorilla. I disagree. I figure more for a chimpanzee. How do you feel about that?
I always think of myself more as a fox. How about a drink?
Bolt, I'm coming down to Pier 6 1 week from today, 12 noon sharp. And I'm personally going to knock you in the river. Week from today.
Yeah. Maybe I better go into training, huh? Buy myself a dog.
Hey, Mac, beer for everybody.
4 buddy boys into his tin cup.
for company.
Mr. Arvin.
Just a moment, please. I'll see if they're still in the office.
Mr. Arvin. Jim Bolt.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bolt. I don't believe I know you.
Come on. This is a payphone. Nobody knows I'm calling. But Longstreet just came in here. Did a crazy thing. Said he's gonna meet me on the dock next week and toss me in the river.
All right. He got to you. But he doesn't know anything, and he can't do anything unless you get to me. Don't get to me again. And if he's foolish enough to attack you on the dock, you'll simply have to defend yourself. But any way you can. Do you understand?
Yeah. I understand.
Good morning. Lee, sorry I blew it yesterday. Can we pick up where we left off? It's a matter of survival now. I talked to Jim Bolt.
You went to him?
I tried to get him to blow his cool, but so far it hasn't worked. Well, now I have to go down to the dock and fight him.
You have a quarrelsome mind, Mr. Longstreet. Unless you learn how to calm it, you will never hear the world outside.
Now, you just tell me what I have to do to get you back.
Nothing you can do.
All right, then I'll just have to fight him as is. Well, yeah, I want you to believe it's more than just learning how to defend myself. Well, there were a couple of times there when you were teaching me that I felt that my body and my head really were together. It's funny that out of a martial art, out of combat, I'd feel something peaceful, something without hostility. Almost as though if I knew Jeet Kune Do, it'd be enough simply to know it, and by knowing it, never have to use it.
Do you always know the right thing to say?
Have I said it?
Jim, oh, sorry,
Yeah? How many of you other guys think the blind man can take me?
I didn't say he could take you, Jim. I just asked Bill what kind of odds he'd give if the guy showed up.
Hell, nobody showed. A grandstand play, that's all.
Who is that guy? What does he want from your life, Jim?
How do I know? Now, you guys get back to work. Come on, you guys. On a job.
Good. Keep it up. Sensitivity. That's it. Good. Good.
Mr. Longstreet. Telephone. St. Paul calling.
Okay, thanks. Excuse me a minute, Lee.
The city, not the saint.
That's too bad. We could use the help. See if you can find Nicky, will you?
All right.
Hello? Oh, yeah, Mel. Hi, how are you? Been trying to get you all week. Listen, your secretary tell you what I need? Yeah, just a sec. Okay, go ahead, shoot. J0154 through... What? T9738. Now, that's it, the entire consignment. Okay. Thanks, Mel. Listen, give my love to Betty, will you? Right. Mrs. Kingston?
Don't shout.
This is a Spartan hoplite.
My.
And Persians. Where'd we get these?
A friend of mine.
Oh, they're really something.
Maybe I had a reason.
Nikki, I talked to Mel Hansen in St. Paul. Here are the serial numbers.
Mike.
Get a list of the drugstores together. We'll take off as soon as I finish up with Lee.
I simply asked him, is that the freshest you've got? He should have seen his face, Mike. He said, lady, aspirin's not like asparagus. We don't go out and pick it every morning. Well, I looked around the drugstore as though I were in a whole field of asparagus, and I whispered to him, please, sir, pretend aspirin is like asparagus, please, and pick me 10 stalks of your most recent crop. 10 bottles? Lady, that's 1,000 tablets. If you took 2 every 4 hours, 10 bottles would last you.
What famous battle of history is that?
Hiya, Duke. Finally reached Mel Hansen in St. Paul.
Oh, great. Who's Mel Hansen?
That's it.
It's conclusive, huh?
I'd say.
He's the plant manager for Newburgh Drugs, consignor for that shipment of hijacked pharmaceuticals. I asked him for a list of the serial numbers. You did know that there's a serial number on each bottle to indicate what lot it comes from, didn't you?
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, only this time the numbers on the original invoice differ from those on the bill of lading.
You mean, somebody changed them?
Well, probably a clerk. A needle clerk and a haystack of clerks. Nicky and I have been shopping in most of the drugstores in town.
Hijacked pharmaceuticals busting out all over.
It's like asparagus.
Sounds exciting. Where?
The leading cut rate operations right on down to the corner drugstore. Canal Street, Lakefront, uptown. Could you put some people on it? I'd do it myself if I weren't so sore. Every muscle in my body aches.
You're still doing that, huh? What do you call it?
Jeannot, yeah. Yeah, still doing it.
Why, Mike? Because you got pounded on a little?
Something like that.
Okay, Mike, I'll put some people on your drugstores.
It shouldn't be hard to find out where they bought the stolen goods.
Oh, I wouldn't count on that.
Well, you can't go around town peddling $100,000 worth of hijacked pharmaceuticals to a bunch of honest merchants and not leave tracks.
Who says they're all honest? The name of the game is collusion. Everybody's got his hand in everyone else's pocket and mum's the word. Otherwise, the game gets called.
You're getting louder.
Yeah, and angrier, too. More frustrated. We've all got pockets, Mike. I just don't like somebody else's hand in mine. Not the company's, mine. And yours and everyone else's. I got a real hate for being had. Anyway, all these pills will probably lead us back to where we already were. The Arvin Transfer Company in a crashing silence.
Until we can connect Arvin to that guy he sent after me. To Jim Bolt. Till we can wrap them up together.
$10, the blind man's got something going for himself. Look, stands to reason. Guy can't see, right? But he walks in here. Just comes right in and spits in Jim's face. Now, he don't look stupid to me, you know. So I say he's got to have something going for himself. Okay, come on. All right, I'll lay 5-1 on the dark horse. What do you say?
All right, I got 50. Says Bolt will bury him.
You're on.
You guys just won't let it lay, will you?
No, nothing personal, Jim.
That's the end of it. I don't ever want to hear any more about it. Ever.
Where are my eyes? Point to them. Thrust to them.
What?
Finger jab.
No.
Don't worry, I've covered them.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Because of your blindness?
I just can't do it.
Listen, the finger jab is a most effective attack.
Well, let's just forget that attack, shall we?
The man who beat you up that night. Would he hesitate to gouge out your eyes?
Look, that's his problem.
A bird would, a cat would, without thinking.
No, I'm not a bird, I'm not a cat, and I do think.
That's your problem. All right, forget about the eye jab. Now, you can sense where my eyes are, right? Relax, relax. Now, that's the eye flick. Side kick. All right, now listen to me. Listen to my movement, okay? Ready? Keep moving, flick, and go. Now, the two motions are both part of one motion. Now, you try. Faster. A little bit smoother. Well, your head and body are still not one.
Well, when will they get together?
Once more!
What's the matter, Jim?
Who thought that up?
What?
Them glasses.
Oh. Oh, I didn't mean nothing. The sun, you know.
Gotta throw you in the river.
Office?
Yeah, this is Jim Bolt. I have to talk to Mr. Harvin.
I'll see if he's in. Will he know what the call's in reference to?
Yeah, he'll know.
Sorry, sir. Mr. Arvin doesn't seem to know you.
Now listen, you tell him.
What is your instinct?
To pray.
In this position, your arms are useless.
Yeah.
Can you kick or stomp me?
No.
Then, if you wish to survive, what do you do?
I don't know.
Bite.
Bite?
Are we not animals? You all right?
I can't find much evidence to the contrary, Lee. Bite, huh?
Biting is efficient in close quarter, but don't make a plan of biting. That is a very good way to lose your teeth.
There's so much to remember.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Yeah. Why don't I just stand in front of Bolt and recite that to him? Maybe he'll faint or drown.
When is it?
Tomorrow.
You are not ready.
I know.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. May it be well with you, Mike.
As far as it goes, Mike, Bolt made the call, but Arvin hung up on him.
Brought in the trucker, showed him Arvin's picture. He said, no way, that wasn't the cat that hijacked him. I get the feeling he's lying.
I probably paid him off.
We're keeping Arvin under surveillance and Bolt, but...
I'd double up tomorrow if I were you, Sergeant. As many men as you can spring loose to watch Bolt. He may just flip out, go running straight to Arvin.
When tomorrow?
Well, any time from noon on.
What happens tomorrow?
As Lee Chung said, may it be well.
That smacks of the inscrutable.
Okay, Mike. That's where we stand. You're up to date. We'll keep in touch, huh?
Okay, Sergeant, thanks.
Evening, Miss Bell.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, Mike. Let's see what you can do now with all of Nicky's Spartans here.
Yeah. You got them all set up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here are my Persians. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be a small pass-through here. I'm supposed to be able to get around behind your Spartans.
My Thermopylae is different, Mike. We executed the traitors from Traeger's before they could show you the secret pass through the mountains. You'll have to attack from the front. Those are the rules of the game.
Now, wait a minute. You want the Persians to lose?
No. I want them to retreat, Mike. I want them to give up this battle.
And deny your Spartans a chance to meet the enemy face to face?
You mean show the world how brave they are?
What was that thing he said? That thing King Leonidas said. Go tell the Spartans thou that passeth by that here obedient to their laws we lie.
King Leonidas died at Thermopylae, Mike.
Hi, Mr. Longstreet.
Morning, Jesse.
Here's somebody worked you over a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, the answer is ice, Jesse. Lots of ice. You haven't said a word.
And I don't intend to.
Don't you understand why I have to try this?
Nope.
Look, Nicky, if I can last, just last for a minute, 2 minutes, he'll lose face in front of his men. He's got the kind of character that can't stand that. So he'll have to get even with me later on when no one's watching. To do that, he'll need an okay from Arvin. I figure he'll go straight to Arvin. And it's up to Sergeant Corey.
I just wonder how many millions of women, mothers, wives, sweethearts, have listened to the same kind of stupid justification for one man to go out and fight another.
What do? We just let him keep on hijacking? Nobody stand in front of those trucks.
I guess somebody always feels as though he has to. You know, he can really hurt you this time. Why can't you think about that?
I'm trying not to. Pier 6, you see it yet?
I see it.
Okay, stop here. You see Bolt?
Yeah, 10 o'clock, about 20 yards. Level ground, nothing in the way.
Put it on side, all right, with the others.
Bolt? Yeah? It's noon.
Yeah. You better get out of here.
Tell them why I came.
Because you're crazy.
Tell them how you and a couple of your friends jumped me, 3 of you. One guy held my right arm, the other my left, and you pounded away on my gut. Isn't that how it was, Bolt?
He's lying.
Tell him why. You're giving Longshoremen a bad name.
Shut up.
I put it to you, men. Would a blind man come down here and even try to fight him if he didn't have a good reason? Come on, Bolt. Show him how good you are. Come on.
Your head and body are still not one.
Well, when will they get together?
Don't charge him blindly. You got to listen. Listen. Very good. Now, move with it. That's it. Now, open it up a little bit. Feel the wind blowing. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. Now, where am I? Empty your mind. Become formless, shapeless, like water.
Mike?
That was a hard act to follow, Mike, but we'll try and top you.
You'll go to Arvin. You'll go now. I know it.
Oh, we'll stay with him. Don't worry. We'll stay with all of them. I got a hunch Bolt's crew will feel more like talking now that you showed him that the gorilla's only a man. Hey, where'd you learn to fight like that?
Drinking tea from an empty cup.
Yes, buy at the auction. All we have to do is strip the paint, refinish it, find some missing parts, and oil the wheel and tread.
Wait. What do you mean, we?
Oh, give me a hand. You never know. Knowledge is power.
Well, maybe, but the day I have to start running a sewing machine for a living, I can...
Well, you'll have to admit it's one of a kind.
I'm not so sure of that. I think my grandmother owned one just like it. Nicky, I think I found the problem. The wheels are busted. Nicky? Nicky? Put the dog in the other room.
He has a knife, Mike.
Pax, no. Pax, no. Pax. Inside. Get inside. No.
Where's the upper right-hand drawer to that machine?
The handle was damaged. I dropped it off to be repaired.
Stay.
All right, listen, pal, I don't know what this girl means to you, but if she means anything at all, you better get that drawer back.
All right, just let her go.
Not yet. You get that drawer and you wait. I'll call you. You say anything to the police and she's gonna be hurt.
Nicky. Nicky? Nicky!
What about the police?
I haven't called them.
What? Why not? Mike, don't you realize once you notify the police, you at least set the wheels in motion? God forbid it goes that way. But if it does, in 24 hours, the FBI can enter the case.
Duke, all right, I know the law.
And what are we waiting for?
Waiting for Lee Chung. Bringing the drawer back here. He should be here any minute. And when whoever he is calls, we'll have the drawer for him and we'll get Nicky back ourselves.
Look, Mike, when you called me, you said this guy sounded reasonable one minute and irrational the next.
That's right.
Well, did he make this offer, the drawer for Nicky, during his reasonable period or his irrational one? And what does he want with that drawer anyway?
I don't know. I don't care.
Mike, what would you do if it weren't Nicky? Would you call the police then?
It is Nicky. Look, you weren't here. You weren't here with him. You didn't hear him. You didn't hear her scream. No police.
All right. At least we know Nicky was alive when they left you.
Yeah, that's all I'm sure of. Nothing else.
Get out. $25, $26.
What?
Couldn't be more than 27. You can always tell there's a little piece of skin on a girl's elbow right here starts to loosen up after they hit 25.
I know you. You were at the auction. You let me outbid you.
You outbid him because a cop came by and they panicked.
You said you'd follow her and take care of everything, Richard. What's she doing here?
Well, we couldn't get a reservation at the Richelieu, and this was our second choice. Come on. think yourself at home.
Please don't.
Doesn't look like much of a place, does it? Looks like we've fallen on hard times. My old man used to say that. Didn't think I'd ever have any use for this place when I used to sweep it up, but I guess I was wrong. Is that too tight?
No.
You sure complicated my life when you bought that machine.
That didn't make my own any easier.
Yeah, I guess there's some truth in that, too. You could scream, but I don't think anybody'd hear you, and if they heard you, they probably wouldn't care.
If it were easy, anyone could do it. Yeah, someone will be at this number. Right. My man is still trying to locate that auctioneer, but he's out evidently having a drink somewhere.
What are you gonna do with her?
I'm gonna trade her.
She looks scared.
Wouldn't you be?
I am, Swift.
It'll be all right, Eileen.
When will it be all right?
I'll make some coffee, will you? You got that gun?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to take turns watching her. Well, go on, move it, Decker. Hello, Mr. Tony, this is Richard. Yeah, I ran into a little hitch, but I'm gonna deliver just like I promised.
I got the drawer, Mike.
Wait a minute. Slight indentation here. There's nothing.
Is there a chance the cabinet maker could have discovered the false bottom?
If he found anything, he would have told me.
We only knew what was in there.
Suppose the man who has Nikki calls now, Mike. What do we tell him?
I don't know.
You don't like this, do you?
Well, it is my idea.
Then why go along with it?
No choice.
There's always a choice.
But this time there isn't.
And I feel sorry for you.
All right, it's your turn, Mrs.
I gotta talk to you, Richard.
Why don't you quit drinking, Fred? It's not gonna help you now.
You realize what you got me and Eileen into? Kidnapping that girl? That's a capital offense with a death penalty.
Don't worry about that, Fred. I've heard that if there's something called mitigating circumstances, sometimes they only give you 99 years.
That's not funny. Bringing her in here like that, eyeballing the both of us, just dragging us down with you.
Fred, I do not want to hear any talk about me dragging anybody down. I got a hangman 3 states away nailing up a gallows for me right now, and I ain't got a lot to lose.
Easy, Richard. Easy.
I was easy. Besides, you got no cause to worry about who that girl does or does not see, because she's not getting out of here alive anyway.
Choose hers.
So you can see how Fred and me have to look at this. I mean, we waited 4 years.
And the other man, Richard, what about how he looks at it?
See, he and Fred were cellmates for a year, and Fred's time was up.
Go ahead with the news, Eileen. You hadn't come to the sports and the weather yet.
You didn't expect us to sit here staring at each other, did you?
Okay. Go ahead. I bought enough for everybody.
Thank you.
You come from nice people, huh?
Never thought about it.
That's probably true. Well, this is a great library they got here. 5 decades of scene design, astrology.
When did you work here?
Oh, years ago when I was a kid. I used to sneak in early and watch them rehearse. I thought the world that was on the stage was better than mine.
What's going to happen to me?
When's your birthday, Nikki?
March 20th.
Pisces. My mother was a Pisces. What day of the week are you born on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday's child is full of woe. You don't look like you'd be full of woe. At least not very often. You finished?
Yes. Thank you for the food.
It's okay.
Richard,
What?
I want you to let me go.
I'm sorry, I can't. You've become a very important item in my life. Are you frightened?
Yes.
Well, I can understand that. Try not to be.
All I'm saying is there are 1,000 cops in this town who could give us a hand in finding Nikki. You think we're better qualified for the job? You know, I don't think that at all. Hello. Oh, yes, just a minute. It's your investigator. Yes. Mm-hmm. Dora Wyman. 1920 Fond du Lac. Mm-hmm. How about a telephone number? Well, that doesn't matter. Thanks very much.
Is that the woman who owned the sewing machine?
Yeah, Fond du Lac isn't that far away. I can be out there in 10 minutes.
No, Duke, go. I can't hang around here any longer. Pax, come on, boss. Come on. Here we go.
Okay, I'll cover the phone.
Mike, if you don't mind, I'll drive you.
Okay, Lee, thanks. Come on.
You were supposed to stop drinking till we got paid.
She said she works for an insurance investigator. Licensed and bonded. Everything but a prowl car with a siren, I guess.
Longstreet's some kind of a cop, huh?
Yeah, and you know he's gonna be checking back into things. He's gonna be wondering where that sewing machine came from and what was in it in the first place.
You got a point there. I guess you do have a little drink coming, don't you? Huh?
Yes.
Miss Wyman?
That's right.
A friend of mine recently bought a antique sewing machine that once belonged to you.
So?
Well, it's very important that we talk.
Come in.
Thank you. Thanks, Flora. My name's Longstreet.
There's a couch just to your right, Mr. Longstreet.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh.
Is there something wrong with the machine, Mr. Longstreet?
Oh, no. My friend was just wondering how you happened to acquire it and how long you've had it.
Why?
Go here, 15.
15.
Gotta get 20. Who get 20? 20. You hear more?
Well, the auctioneer, he indicated it might be more valuable than it appeared.
Look, the machine belonged to my mother. She owned a rooming house. When she gave it up, she sold or gave away her junk. Now, the machine doesn't have any more value than this chair I'm sitting in, or that moth-eaten Persian rug.
25.
Is your mother living?
Yes, she lives in Jefferson Parish.
I wonder if you'd mind giving me her phone number.
I don't know it. My mother and I aren't very good friends.
How long did you own the machine?
About 5 years. If she's interested in antique sewing machines, perhaps your friend ought to go to a library. There must be books on them.
I don't recall saying my friend was a woman.
Well, what would a man want with a sewing machine?
Can I get 30? 30.
Yes, that's a good question. All right, Banks, come on. Left, outside. Thank you for your help.
Goodbye. You scared me half to death.
I don't see why.
Did I do all right?
Just fine.
Well, I mean, I couldn't very well lie about my mother being alive.
And you covered up fast when you let it slip that you knew a woman bought the machine?
I wish you'd tell me what's going on.
Oh, you know enough already. You know too much, really.
Who's that man Longstreet?
Oh, he's just a friend of a friend.
Hello? Oh, hi, Mike. How's it going?
Well, good and bad. I'm sure Dora Wyman's tied into the whole thing somehow. Not sure how much she knows, but she's under a lot of pressure. You haven't heard anything?
No, he hasn't called.
Yeah. All right, I've got one more base to touch. Duke, there's something you can do. There was a couple who bid very briefly against Nicky for the sewing machine. He was with us.
Can he, describe the couple?
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. He'll be there in a couple of minutes.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Okay, thanks, Duke. Backs forward.
Come on, will you? Don't worry about it.
Mrs. Wyman?
Yes.
I wonder if you'd mind.
But you're blind. That must give you a special perception of the world. Special and a little frightening, I should think.
No, not always. As a matter of fact, you have a very lovely voice.
Young man, you are a terror. Do come in.
Thank you. Backs forward.
My friend, Mr. Shermer.
Dan Shermer.
Oh, hello, Mr. Shermer. I'm Mike Longstreet.
How do?
Would you like some tea, Mr. Longstreet?
No, thank you. As a matter of fact, I need some information.
Oh, lovely. I enjoy gossiping.
You once operated a rooming house.
Best rooming house in New Orleans. I was one of the fortunate tenants. When Sarah gave it up, I took advantage of her and moved in here.
Daniel. Oh, he's a terrible liar, Mr. Longstreet. His room is right across the hall.
One of the things you kept in that rooming house was a sewing machine.
Oh, yes. That old darling. My daughter has it now, of course.
Did you store anything in the machine?
Oh, my threads and needles, my sewing things.
That's all?
As I recollect. Why?
Well, when it was sold, there was a...
Sold? Oh, no, it couldn't be sold. I told you my daughter has it. She knows how dear my possessions are to me. Does sentiment embarrass you, Mr. Longstreet?
No, not at all. Thank you both.
I'll show you out.
Left. Left.
Is there, something special about Sarah's sewing machine?
Yes, Mr. Shermer. Someone stored something valuable in it, something that's disappeared.
Oh, that's so. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't be of any help.
So am I. Very sorry. Thanks for...
They've been gone a long time, haven't they?
Yeah. I worry about Fred riding around with Swift the way he is half the time.
How is he?
Listen, we need him. Fred's not as young as he used to be, and 4 years inside you... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your head off. I think it's just a strain.
I know what you mean.
Oh, look, pretty soon you're gonna be free. In the meantime, I'll do my best to keep you company. I'll tell you the truth, I'm gonna be kind of sorry when you're gone. Haven't had another woman to talk to for a long time. Nobody at all, really. You got a husband serving time. You served time, too. 4 years. God, it was lonely.
Eileen, what if I told you that Swift was careless in retying this belt? That I could get loose now?
Don't get any ideas.
Could you use that gun, Eileen?
If I have to.
And help them later, too?
What are you talking about?
Why didn't Swift bother to blindfold me? Why did he let me know what you and he and Decker look like? Because he planned to kill me right from the very beginning.
I dream about you. You know that?
I wondered if you did.
You any idea how frustrating it is to dream about somebody you've never seen?
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
A memory? What do you see?
Alice in Wonderland.
I'm a little off on that nose. That's almost finished, Nicky. What do you think?
How well do you take criticism?
Yeah, I know, boy. I miss her, too. Go on, lie down.
You say anything to the police and she's gonna be hurt.
So, the lady for 35.
Got it.
Mike, we got lucky in one sense of the word.
My friend in police identification came up with a man's picture almost as soon as he saw Lee Jung's sketch.
He's that well known?
Well, not exactly. His name is Fred Decker. Armed robbery, violation of parole, counterfeiting, Finished serving his last sentence about a month ago.
What about the woman?
It's his wife, Eileen Decker. Petty theft, NSF, bunco, dating from 1949. Served time in various city and parish jails.
That's all? Lee, you said, we got lucky in one sense of the word. What are you leaving out?
My friend asked me if my case might somehow involve Decker's ex-cellmate.
What's his name?
Richard Swift. Armed robbery, rape, murder. The subject escaped from prison 1 week after Decker was released. He's wanted on the escape charge, of course, and for questioning in connection with the killing of a liquor store clerk 3 nights ago outside of Jackson, Mississippi.
What'd you tell him, the police?
Nothing. But, Mike, I figure that's a call we have just got to make.
No, not yet, dude. I need to know more about Decker's counterfeiting operation and the people involved with him.
How is she?
Scared.
I'll calm her down.
Look, why don't we make the call and turn her loose and let's get out of here?
Shut up, Eileen. We ain't that sure he's even got him yet.
How are you going to find out one way or the other sitting around a saloon? Where have you been?
You better talk to your wife, Fred. Sounds like she's trying to write a book. Doesn't want to leave out any details.
Come on.
Where were you? What are you getting us into?
Shut up, Eileen.
Look, he already killed that clerk. The girl thinks he's gonna kill her. He's headed straight for the gas chamber and us right along with him.
Listen, we got a chance. We got a good chance. Besides, what can I do about it?
It's a nice blouse. What's that material?
Silk.
Oh, yeah. I bought a blouse made out of that for a chick in Miami one time.
Did she like it?
No, she wasn't that crazy about it. But it was all one color, you know, it's plain like yours, and she liked a lot of color in her stuff. Well, a few minutes, we'll go call your friend.
You know, there's not even a crack in those boards. I can't tell if it's day or night.
Air cools down a little. I did some time in solitary on and off, and there's a little vent, you know, you couldn't see anything through it, but if you got right up close, you could smell the air, and I could pretty much tell the time of day. Morning and the heat at noon, you know, time sun went down. Drive the guards nuts. They'd tear the cell apart looking for a watch. But that's all behind me, anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, sure. Get this over, I get the money, I can go anywhere I want. Silk, huh? Well, your friend probably want to hear your voice. Take it easy with you. You're almost home free. Maybe when I get where I'm going, I can find me a girl who likes simple things. One that's, I don't know, what would you call it?
Elegant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Elegant.
I'm all right.
I could use a little elegance in my life. Nikki a cup of coffee. We have been putting her to sleep with my life story.
You mean that old man Shermer? That's right, Mike.
All I have so far is that it was Decker's counterfeiting operation. It looks like he and Schirmer passed the money, but Schirmer made the counterfeit plates.
Hello.
Longstreet?
That's right.
Have you got the drawer?
Yes.
Okay, now listen very carefully to me. There's a false bottom in it.
I know. It's empty.
What do you mean it's empty? Is this some kind of a trick?
No. Listen, I want to hear Nicky's voice.
All right. You can talk to Wednesday's child.
Mike,
Nicky, we're working on it.
I know.
There's only so much anybody can do at this stage.
Listen, if that drawer is empty, your lady friend is dead, pal.
Yeah, look, I think I know where to find the plates. When I get them, they're yours. You're calling the shots.
How'd you find out about the plates?
Wasn't sure till now.
All right, get them. You got till morning.
Says we've got till morning.
You see? That's what happens when a guy lets down a little, opens up, tries to be friendly. All right. All right, let's take you back upstairs where you belong. Come on.
Look, Mr. Longstreet, Sarah's napping now, and I don't want to...
No, there's no need to disturb her, Mr. Schirmer. It's you I want to talk with.
Well, young man, maybe I don't want to talk to you.
Might be easier with me than with a couple of agents from the U.S. Treasury.
Come on in.
Backs forward.
I served my time, 18 months.
Decker did 4 years because he had a prior for armed robbery. You did 1 year and 6 months because the government could only prove that you helped pass out the money.
They couldn't prove I made the plates. They never even found them.
You must have mixed feelings about that. Apparently, Decker was willing to wait 4 years for the most perfect set of $20 plates in the history of counterfeiting.
I know my trade. You sound like you know yours, too. Whatever it is. Decker and his wife, they were looking for me after I got out. They knew I hid the plates in Sarah's sewing machine. But I didn't want to be found. They don't mean anything to me. Sarah does. Look, she doesn't have to be in on all this.
No, not as far as I'm concerned. But, Mr. Schirmer, I have to have those plates.
Sarah and me, well, we're sort of frail, I guess. We lean on each other, depend on each other. I choose to regard her as a beautiful lady, and she chooses to regard me as an honest man. If I told you where the plates were, the police could reopen the case and tie them to me.
And if you don't, Decker and the man he's working with might kill a young woman. Someone I depend on, care about.
Sarah loves roses. When I first moved into her old rooming house, I put in a whole rose garden for her. The present owners, they don't care much about flowers, but they think it's nice that I come around twice a week and tend them, prune them, take home a bouquet for Sarah. It'd be Funny if you dug up a rose garden and sent a man back to prison, both with the same turn of a shovel.
Thank you. X, left.
Is there anything after 68? Did you check with the neighbors? Well, how about the wife? She spent 4 years waiting for him. Now, there must be something.
You got it all straight now. You're going to take the bus to the airport, and I'm going to meet you there.
With the money?
Yeah, Richard and I got it all planned out. Going to go off just like one of them countdowns.
Okay.
You better go, Eileen.
Well, take care of yourself, honey.
You too.
And say goodbye to that girl for me.
Sure. Bye.
Sure we didn't leave anything behind?
Not a thing.
Okay, let's go.
All right, but stay with it, will you? End of the line, Mike. We checked out Decker, his wife, Swift. No addresses, phone numbers, nothing.
That's probably the way they planned it.
Mike, about the police.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have called them.
Call them now.
Don't you think I've thought about that 100 times? Look, I can't. I'm afraid of what he might do to... Afraid of what he might do to Nicky if he found out.
Yeah. I know.
At this stage, she said. What does that mean to you, Duke?
The series is 1963A.
1963A.
Now, each plate has a fixed metal letter and 4 fixed numerals. H, 1913.
H, 1913. Hello.
Have you got the plates?
Yes.
Okay, now you understand that the girl's life depends on you doing exactly what I say.
I understand.
All right, in 10 minutes, you leave the house. You start left on Charter Street and take the cane, not the dog. You turn left on Dumaine for 5 blocks. Near the corner of Dumaine and Rampart's the old Fort de Vries Theater. It's not very far.
There's a staircase straight ahead. All right, you're at the bottom of the stairs. Come on up, Mike. That's what Wednesday's child here called you, huh?
Don't, Mike, you got me.
Come on, you're doing just fine.
Nicky,
I'm here. I'm all right.
you got the plates? I didn't bring them.
You what?
They're at my place.
I'll kill you right now.
Without the plates?
How do I get them?
You send Nicky. When she gets there, a man named Duke Page will bring the plates here. He's armed. I assume your friend down there is armed. We exchange.
No, Mike.
Shut up. How do I even know you got those plates?
Series is 1963A. The first four numbers are preceded by the letter H. They're fixed in metal. H1913.
That's the plates, all right. I remember the night Sherman numbered them. Took him till morning. We haven't got much time, Richard.
We haven't got any time. We don't get those plates, we'll have even less time. We'll have none at all.
Go ahead, Nicky.
Go with it, Decker. Check the street.
Well, they're a beautiful set of plates from what they tell me. You'll be able to go a long way once you pedal them.
Yeah. I'll send you a postcard.
You all right, Nicky?
Yes. He's got Mike. There's 3 flights of stairs.
I know the theater. I described it very well to Mike. You can go home now, okay?
All right. I'll call the police.
Decker?
Beautiful. Thanks, Duke. I bet there is another girl in New Orleans with a sewing machine that looks like that.
Yeah, you know, she earned it.
Nicky, I was wondering if you'd be willing to sell the sewing machine to a respected antique dealer. I mean, at a substantial profit, of course.
Are you kidding? One of the most respected antique dealers in the city said it was a piece of junk, quote, unquote.
Oh? Who was that?
Me. Well, even the experts sometimes make mistakes. It seems the machine there has a glamorous history.
Well, I must say that was the impression I had right from the beginning. And now I'm part of its history, and,
You wouldn't be willing to sell?
on the other hand, there's a marvelous vase in your shop I've had my eye on. Maybe we can work something out.
All right, come on now. Let's see. You can negotiate that deal later. Yeah, here, Max. Speak, boy. Speak. Good, yeah.
Oh.
Now, let's see. You wanted yours well done.
I'll take
Medium.
medium.